Hello everyone, welcome to Advanced Knowledge Systems and a warm welcome to AKS IAS Academy, which is one of the premier institutions in India, and it offers examination coaching for UPSC CSE, State Public Service Commission, SSC Combined Graduate Level and CLAT examination. About me, I am Sandeep Bhushan and my credentials are I have 10 years of teaching experience for civil services. I take up international relations and internal security and the analysis of the Hindu newspaper. And this session is in regards to the DNA of the Hindu newspaper, that is today of 20th of January 2021. And throughout my session, I would be emphasizing on the keywords and the key phrases from the Hindu newspaper, which will be useful for us to identify the factual, analytical and conceptual questions which will be useful for the UPSC prelims as well as mains perspective. And while you imbibe the keywords and the key phrases in your answer writing, that is in the mains examination, your answers for the mains examinations would be precise and concise. And once your answers are precise and concise, you will certainly score higher marks in the mains examination. So therefore, the AKS IAS Academy Daily News Analysis will help you to crack prelims as well as score higher marks in the mains of 2021. And before we get into the DNA of the newspaper, we will focus or look at the quote of the day. And the quote of the day says that when you feel like quitting, think about why you have started. So you need to understand the importance of why you have started in regards to your short-term and long-term goals, and then you can make sure that you can decide whether you want to quit or not. That is the quote of the day. When you feel like quitting, think about why you have started. And now we'll focus at the Hindu newspaper, the analysis, and it is in regards to the Supreme Court. Here the Supreme Court has sought a status report from the National Green Tribunal appointed River Yamuna Monitoring Committee. So this committee has been appointed by the National Green Tribunal, that is called as River Yamuna Monitoring Committee, and the chairman of it is the former Delhi Chief Secretary Shailaja Chandra. And the Supreme Court has asked the committee chairman about its recommendations, that the recommendations are in regards to the improving the quality of water, and also the Supreme Court has sought the status report and its recommendation of the National Green Tribunal appointed River Yamuna Monitoring Committee to also make sure that which states have implemented the suggestions of the National Green Tribunal appointed River Yamuna Monitoring Committee. And the bench, that is the Supreme Court appointed bench, which is led by the Chief Justice Sharate Bobde, has also accepted the submission which is being made by a senior advocate and amicus curiae. Amicus curiae means an impartial advisor to a court of law in a particular case, and in this case it is the Supreme Court which is seeking a status report from the monitoring committee, that is River Yamuna Monitoring Committee, to look into the improving the quality of the water and which states have implemented the suggestions or the recommendations of the National Green Tribunal. So here the bench led by the Supreme Court, that is Chief Justice of India S.A. Bobde, have accepted the submission by a senior advocate and the amicus curiae, that is Meenakshi Arora, and from a former NGT expert, that is B.S. Sajwan, that these people can be brought in for the benefit of their experience and work on the River Yamuna Monitoring Committee, so that they would improve the quality of the water and also make sure that how the states can implement the suggestions put forth by the National Green Tribunal to make sure that the Yamuna River would be cleaned. And the Supreme Court has also taken this case as a suo motu cognizance, that is suo motu cognizance in regards to the contamination of the rivers, that is River Yamuna, because of this sewage effluents, and they are looking into the contamination of the River Yamuna by the sewage effluents. And also the Supreme Court has taken this as a suo motu cognizance in regards to the lapses which are committed by the municipalities, and in turn by taking this as a suo motu cognizance, it has also said, that is the Supreme Court has said that open surface water resources, including rivers, are the lifeline of human civilization. That means here you can take this as a mains examination or the general essay question, and then you can take this as mains question for 2021, saying that open surface water resources including rivers are the lifeline of human civilization. Discuss. So this can be from the general essay from the mains examination. So we have looked at the statement or the Supreme Court taking the suo motu cognizance in regards to contamination of the rivers and the lapses committed by the municipalities, and then said that the surface or open surface water resources including rivers are the lifeline of human civilization. So this can probably be the general essay mains question, and then you can take it and then also try to write an answer in regards to the question, or else the what we have discussed, that is to the Supreme Court making a statement by the taking the case as a suo motu cognizance. And the three-judge bench led by the Chief Justice of India S.A. Bobde has also said that deterioration of quality of fresh water has a direct correlation with the quality of public health. Comment. So this has also a probability of question in the general essay mains examination. So it is very important that how you focus the Supreme Court verdicts and how you can link it with the analyze and link it with the various prelims or perspective or UPSC mains perspective examination. So here the Chief Justice of India has made a statement saying that deterioration of a quality of fresh water has a direct correlation with the quality of public health. So comment on this. So there could be a possibility, and now we have discussed that 2 questions probability for the mains examination 2021. So open surface water resources including rivers are the lifeline of human civilization, and the second one what we have looked at or analyzed and then linked with the general essay is the deterioration of quality of fresh water has a direct correlation with the quality of public health. Comment. And the Supreme Court has also said that, or else the 3-judge bench led by the Chief Justice of India has said that the right to clean environment, pollution free water has been protected under the broad rubric of right to life. So when we are talking about the right to life, yes, it is the need or it is the duty of the government or the state governments and the committee to look into the clean environment and pollution free water, because this has been protected or this should be protected under the rubric of right to life. So how the right to life or the quality of public health and the rivers, which are the lifeline of human civilization. So here we are focused at various keywords, that is the lifeline of human civilization is the keyword, and the quality of fresh water is the keyword what we are focused here, and it says that it has a direct correlation with the quality of public health. So quality of public health is also the keyword which you need to emphasize, that how important the keywords are in trying to analyze and then link it with various general studies papers of the mains examination and also for the prelims perspective. And the court has included 2 states, that is Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan, as the parties for the River Yamuna Monitoring Committee. So here we have looked into this, the Supreme Court seeking a status report from the National Green Tribunal appointed River Yamuna Monitoring Committee. And now we will look at the another news which is in regards to the farmers issue, and here the Supreme Court panel has laid down a roadmap on the farmers issue, because last week we have seen that Supreme Court has appointed a committee, an expert panel committee of 4 members to look into the farmers issue in regards to the farm reform laws. And here the Supreme Court appointed committee on farmers issues has decided to meet the state governments and the state agricultural boards along with the farmer unions and also with the farmer cooperatives, so that this Supreme Court appointed committee on farmers issues would seek the views by the state governments, state agricultural marketing boards, farmers unions and the cooperatives of the farmers, their views on the farm reform laws, and they would start from January 21, that is the Supreme Court appointed committee on the farmers issues, would start to seek the views on the farmers reforms laws starting from January 21st, 2021. And the panel, that is the Supreme Court appointed panel, has laid out a 2-month roadmap for consultation with the state government, state agricultural marketing boards, farmers unions and the cooperatives to seek the views on the farm reform laws, which there is a deadlock or impasse between the farmers unions and the state government in regards to the resolving the standoff or the protest by the farmers unions across India. And the Supreme Court appointed panel has proposed even to set up a portal. That is, the need of the portal is to accept online feedback. And for the one who cannot come to Delhi for the consultation, which the Supreme Court has appointed panel, and those people will be held, and they can also go ahead with having a discussion or consultation over the online platforms such as Zoom. So certainly the Supreme Court has taken into consideration of the one who cannot come to Delhi for the consultation, and also to the people who would wish to come up with the proposal of giving the online feedback. So they have set up a portal, and they would also have an online platform for the consultation, that is Zoom app. The Supreme Court has also taken up that it would meet all those who are affected by the 3 farmers laws. That is, it would meet all the farmers who are aggrieved or non-aggrieved farmers, who are happy or neutral, who are central as well as state governments, and also state marketing boards, along with farm producing organizations. The Supreme Court appointed panel would meet, and it would also meet the cooperatives and self-help groups to take the views on the 3 farm laws, which are certainly a controversial by the farmers unions across India, that they wish, the farmers unions wish that the 3 farm laws should be repealed, but there is a deadlock and impasse between the farmers union and the union government in regards to the 3 farm agricultural laws. And this Supreme Court appointed panel would certainly look, or it would meet all these units to seek their views on the farm reforms laws. And there is another news which talks about the cancer care pioneer. Yes, she was a pioneer in cancer care, and she was the chairperson of Adyar Cancer Institution, and she was a crusader for cancer research and making cancer care affordable in India. And she is, yes, Dr. Shanta. And she, Dr. Shanta or Dr. V Shanta, has left, or she has breathed her last breath in Chennai, and she was 93 years, and that means she has passed away at the age of 93. And Dr. Shanta, along with her mentor S. Krishnamurthy, has constructed or built a cancer institute from a cottage hospital wherein it has had 500 plus bedded institution. And in this 500 plus bedded institution, which was built by Dr. V Shanta and her mentor S. Krishnamurthy, this 500 plus bedded institution or cancer institute had only 40% which are in regards to or having a paying beds, and the remaining, that is 60%, were for general beds where patients were boarded and lodged for free of cost. And this is the service what V Shanta, Dr. V Shanta and her mentor S. Krishnamurthy has taken up. But unfortunately, the pioneer, the crusader and the chairperson of Adyar Cancer Institute, Dr. V Shanta, has breathed her last in Chennai, and she was 93 years. And Dr. V Shanta was recipient of several honors and awards for recognizing her devotion for oncology care and research. And she was the recipient of Padma Shri in the year 1986, and Dr. V Shanta was the recipient of Padma Bhushan in 2006, a recipient of Padma Vibhushan in 2016, and she was also conferred the Raman Magsaysay Award for Public Services in 2005. So these are the honors and awards which Dr. V Shanta has been the recipient. So this is crucial information for the prelims UPSC perspective of 2021. And Dr. Shanta was on the World Health Organization Advisory Committee on Cancer. So she was not only in regards to the having the Padma Shri, Padma Bhushan, Padma Vibhushan or Raman Magsaysay Award, but she was on the committee on cancer, that is World Health Organization Advisory Committee on Cancer till 2005, and she was also convener for the State Advisory Board on Cancer, and she was a member of many ICMR committee. And Dr. Shanta is from a family of eminent scientists, including 2 Nobel laureates in physics, that is C.V. Ramana and S. Chandrasekhar. So certainly she is from a family of eminent scientists, wherein C.V. Ramana and S. Chandrasekhar were also the Nobel laureates. And this information or this news is crucial for the prelims perspective from in regards to the health and in regards to the current affairs, in regards to the honors and awards. Current affairs in regards to the honors and awards in regards to the Dr. V Shanta. And there is another news in regards to the Netaji birth anniversary. And this Netaji birth anniversary falls on January 23rd. And this would be the birth anniversary of Subhash Chandra Bose on January 23rd, 2021. And Subhash Chandra Bose, a national leader and the head of the Azad Hind Fauj, was decided by the Union Culture Ministry that January 23rd, 2021 would be celebrated as the Parakram Divas, that is a day of courage, every year from January 23rd, 2021. And this was decided by the Union Culture Ministry, and in a notification by the ministry, the government has decided to celebrate the 125th birth anniversary year starting from January 23rd, 2021 at a befitting manner at the national level and also at the international level. And the ministry, that is Union Culture Ministry, in a notification has also said that it would be opening or set up a permanent exhibition on Netaji at the Victoria Memorial. But the Trinamool Congress and All India Forward Bloc has demanded the day, that is January 23rd, 2021, the birth anniversary of Subhash Chandra Bose, to be observed as Desh Prem Divas. So here what you need to look at is the two keywords which we would be focusing is that there could be a possibility in the prelims that which among the following statements are incorrect. So the Union Culture Ministry has announced the January 23rd, 2021 as the birth anniversary of Subhash Chandra Bose to be celebrated as Parakram Divas. Parakram Divas. But the Trinamool Congress and All India Forward Bloc are demanding that the January 23rd, 2021, the birth anniversary of Subhash Chandra Bose should be observed as Desh Prem Divas. So these are the two keywords which you need to focus, that the government or the Union Culture Ministry has observed the day January 23rd as Parakram Divas, but the Trinamool Congress and All India Forward Bloc are demanding the day to be observed as Desh Prem Divas. And these both political groups are also wanting January 23rd to be announced as a national holiday. So here there could be a possibility of a question being asked on the Azad Hind Fauj in the prelims examination, because January 23rd, 2021 onwards, the Union Culture Minister has celebrated to observe the day as Parakram Divas at national and international, and to set up or open a permanent exhibition of Netaji at the Victoria Memorial. So, please do focus at the Azad Hind Fauj for the prelims 2021 UPSC perspective. So, this is how we need to make sure that we link the importance of how the questions can be framed from a current affairs newspaper or analysis of the newspaper to the polity perspective. So here prelims current affairs we are focused from, again linked it from the polity perspective of the birth anniversary of Subhash Chandra Bose as the Azad Hind Fauj. And we would also look at the privacy policy of the Indian netizens. That is what the Union government has asked the WhatsApp to withdraw the proposed changes to the privacy policy. And it says that, or the Union government states that this privacy policy or proposed changes to the privacy policy is a grave concern. Is a grave concern. On what? On the implication of the choice and autonomy of the Indian citizens. That is the netizens, Indian netizens' choice and autonomy is implicated. And this is the grave concerns that the Union government is asking the WhatsApp to withdraw the proposed changes to the privacy policy which it has initiated. And the Union government has written a letter to the WhatsApp Chief Executive Officer Will Cathcart, and it says that the government has pointed out in the letter saying that by not giving the option. So here it is emphasizing that the WhatsApp has not given the option to opt out of the data sharing. This is the keyword. So there is no option by the WhatsApp to the Indians or Indian netizens for the choice and autonomy to opt out of the data sharing with the Facebook companies, and the Indian users are or were being treated differently from those in Europe. So that means there is an option for the Europeans to opt out of the data sharing with the Facebook companies, but that option is not being provided to the Indians to opt out of the data sharing with the companies, and that is what is emphasized by the Union government, written a letter to the WhatsApp Chief Executive Officer Will Cathcart. And the letter also talks about the issues which it would impact, that is the issues in regards to the choice and autonomy of the Indian citizen, and that would be on the information privacy, on the data security and the user choice. So this is the issue which has been put forth by the government of India in a letter to the CEO of the WhatsApp. And the letter also talks about the sovereign Indians or sovereign independence of India's distinct identity. So it is the independence of the India's distinct identity. It is also mentioned in the letter, and it also talks about the sovereign independence of the people must be properly respected, and India is not happy with any kind of unilateral changes. This is a keyword. India is not happy with the any kind of unilateral changes which the WhatsApp has taken up, and the unilateral changes in regards to WhatsApp terms of service and privacy is not fair and acceptable. That is what is mentioned in the letter by the Union government to the CEO of the WhatsApp. So here this information or this analysis is taken up so that it is part of the privacy policy, and wherein there is not an option which is given to opt out of the data sharing with the Facebook companies, wherein Indian unions or Indian users are being treated differently from the Europeans. So this is from the information and technology. From the information and technology perspective, you can look at from the topic of information and technology for the prelims UPSC perspective. And Supreme Court upholds or supports the threshold. Here the keyword is threshold for filing insolvency plea. So we will look at what is a threshold which the Supreme Court is supporting or accepting the threshold of filing the insolvency plea. So here the Supreme Court has supported the amendments to the insolvency and bankruptcy code. Here the keyword here is what we need to look at for prelims and mains perspective is the insolvency and the bankruptcy code, which the amendments were taken up, and the Supreme Court is supporting the amendments in regards to the insolvency and the bankruptcy code, which prescribes that there should be at least 100 allottees from the same real estate project so that they would support to initiate. Here the question or the point what we need to understand is that the support for initiation of corporate insolvency resolution process. This is a key phrase. So there should be at least the threshold to initiate the corporate insolvency resolution process in the National Company Law Tribunal against the property dealers should be at least 100 allottees. But these 100 allottees should be from the same real estate project. Why all this? So that the real estate project, the allottees can support or initiate the corporate insolvency resolution process. So here the key phrase is to initiate the corporate insolvency resolution process by the or through the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code in the National Company Law Tribunal against the property dealers. There should be at least 100 allottees from the real on or from the same real estate projects to initiate the corporate insolvency resolution process. So please understand the keywords here. The keywords are Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code and to initiate the corporate insolvency resolution process in the National Company Law Tribunal against the property dealers. And as per the Insolvency Bankruptcy Code Amendment Act of 2020, this is a keyword or key phrase wherein the Bankruptcy or Insolvency and the Bankruptcy Code Act of 2020 has introduced a threshold that is of minimum of 100 allottees or at least 10% of the total allottees of a project, whichever is less, that they come together, jointly apply for the initiation of the corporate insolvency resolution process in the National Company Law Tribunal. So where is that a threshold is mentioned of minimum of 100 allottees or 10% of the total allottees is mentioned in the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code Amendment Act of 2020, and this amendment has been supported by the Supreme Court. Please do understand here, you are getting the point very clearly. The amendment which is made in this Insolvency and the Bankruptcy Code Amendment Act of 2020 is supported, upheld by the Supreme Court to initiate a corporate insolvency resolution process in the NCLT against the property dealer. And the allottees should be from the same real estate project. Aggrieved allottees drawn from the different projects of the same cannot form the 100. Here, as per the Act or Insolvency and the Bankruptcy Code Amendment Act 2020 very clearly says that these 100 allottees should be from the same real estate project and they cannot draw from the different projects. They should be from the same real estate project, but they cannot draw or they cannot form from different projects of the same developer. And this amendment had given a 30-day deadline for the applicant to find a requisite number of minimum of 100 allottees, and if they are unable to form or to find the requisite supporters to meet the threshold of 100, that means the plea pending in the tribunal even before the commencement of the Act 2020 would be deemed that it is withdrawn. So what is very important is, as per the amendment, the applicant should have the 100 allottees to initiate the corporate insolvency process, but it has a deadline of only 30 days once the applicant files or initiates it. And if we cannot have the number of supportees of a threshold of 100, then it is deemed that the applicant is withdrawn. So it cannot stand in the tribunal even before the commencement of the Act, that is Insolvency and Bankruptcy Amendment Act 2020. But if you look at the earlier regime, before the Insolvency and the Bankruptcy Amendment Act 2020, prior to that amendment, in the erstwhile regime, even a single allottee could initiate the corporate insolvency resolution process against the property developer. But now, as per the amendment of the Insolvency and the Bankruptcy Code Amendment Act 2020, the minimum is 100 allottee. But earlier, even a single allottee could initiate the corporate, and there was no need to garner any support from other allottees. But this is the difference of the erstwhile regime and the new or the third amendment to the Insolvency and the Bankruptcy Amendment Act 2020. Is the main difference is single allottee with the 100 allottees is the main difference. And the 3-judge bench led by Justice Rohinton F. Nariman has found that none of the amendments of the Insolvency and the Bankruptcy Amendment Act 2020 is a vague or arbitrary, but they say that it is supported and it is as per the Real Estate Developers Association, and which would also support both the individuals and the property dealers. So here the main important is to also protect the property dealers. Please do understand, when we are talking about 100 allottees, and earlier it was a single allottee can initiate the corporate insolvency resolution process. In single, there is a possibility that the property dealer can be cornered, but here when there is a necessity of 100 allottees, then there is a safeguard to the property dealers also to initiate by the individuals the corporate insolvency resolutions process. So this is as per the economy. We have looked at the Supreme Court supporting the amendments of the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Amendment Act of 2020. So this is the key word here. So now we will focus at the recapitulation of the DNA, and we have looked at the NGT appointed committee, River Yamuna committee, which looks in the river water quality. So we have focused in regards to the general essay for the mains examination. Also we have focused couple of questions which could be and prospective questions for the mains examinations in regards to the river water quality. And this is the Supreme Court has come up with the committee which would look at the farmers issue, and the Supreme Court appointed panel would also come up with the roadmap on the farmers issue. So we have looked at this for the Supreme Court polity perspective. And cancer, this is in regards to the current affairs, and we have also focused in regards to the current affairs which would be honors and awards. Netaji, yes, this is also part of current affairs, but we have also linked it to the polity, which wherein Subhash Chandra Bose, and again linking it with Azad Hind Fauj. And this in regards to the information and technology, how the Union government or Indian Union government has written a letter to the WhatsApp chief or CEO asking the privacy policy of the Indian citizens to be protected. And this we have looked at in regards to the economy perspective, how we have looked at the amendments to the Insolvency and the Bankruptcy Amendment Act 2020. So I hope this session was informative, knowledgeable, and also very useful for the mains and also prelims perspective. So I would say a very big thank you to all and a good luck to you all. Do maintain consistency, stick to your schedule, and take care of your physical health and mental health. And then do not forget to like the video, share the video, and subscribe the AKS IAS Academy English YouTube channel, and also have access to the website and the Telegram link of AKS IAS Academy, that is Advanced Knowledge System. And then see you again tomorrow with the DNA, that is Daily News Analysis at AKS IAS Academy. Till then, thank you and then goodbye.